Do you sometimes wish that ChatGPT would show you what sources it uses and also show you results up until today? That is exactly what Perplexity AI does. Let's take a look. Just ask your question in the search bar and you'll receive an answer with quantitative, up-to-date results right away. Before we look at this in a bit more detail, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Gregor. For the past 2 years, I worked in digital strategy consulting, and on this channel, I show consultants, managers, and professionals how to make the best use of AI tools. Now back to Perplexity AI. If you are using ChatGPT, you might still be amazed by all of its fantastic capabilities, but also often annoyed by the limitations that it comes with. As mentioned before, it doesn't really show you sources, and this makes it difficult to use for research when you want to present anything to clients, or at least you will need to do additional research to then find sources to back up what ChatGPT tells you. If you're lucky, you find one source by using a ChatGPT Plus plugin, but even that is often not a great solution. Secondly, it's quite limited in terms of trustworthiness. You cannot really trust it because it hallucinates often and shows you random inventions of things that aren't really true. That makes it extra tricky, and even the data point that it provides are not necessarily trustworthy. And lastly, it has its cutoff date in September 2021, which makes it unusable for any recent information. Now, Perplexity AI can fix all of this. Let me show you how. First of all, you'll notice that Perplexity AI shows you sources. You might now say that Bing already does something similar since February this year. However, with Bing the problem is that the answer quality isn't really great. Perplexity AI combines the quality of the answers of ChatGPT with the sources citing capability of Bing. Second, you can choose what sources you want. Besides the whole internet, you can also search only with academic sources, Wolfram Alpha, YouTube, or various other options. And lastly, it has information up until today because obviously it searches the internet. So you can easily search for a company's market share, industry trends, or whatever up-to-date information you are looking for. Let's look at the features of Perplexity AI in a bit more detail next. The first feature worth mentioning is that Perplexity AI allows you to set up your AI profile. There you can write an introduction as well as specify your location and language. This allows Perplexity AI to give you more specific answers that are most relevant to your context. Second, and just like ChatGPT, Perplexity also offers a really useful smartphone app. It comes with an intuitive user interface and also integrates quite well with your smartphone voice assistant. If you're curious about that, make sure to subscribe to this channel because I'll talk more about that in one of my future videos. Lastly, Perplexity offers a feature they call Copilot. With Copilot, the search takes quite a bit longer and it might even ask you follow-up questions. But in return, it checks dozens of sources and the results are a lot more detailed and useful. This feature is really interesting, so let's take a look at it in a bit more detail. Let's say you need help buying a new car. Before jumping into Copilot, let me show you what you get with a regular AI search. Perplexity will list you several tips and steps that will help you determine what car is the right one for you. However, with Copilot we can do better. If you send the exact same prompt to Copilot, you'll not receive an answer right away, but instead you'll be asked what type of car you want and what features are important to you. After a few seconds and considering 25 different sources, Copilot then suggests you several concrete models that might be the right ones for you, even with an explanation why these models are exactly meeting your criteria. That's a really cool functionality, don't you think? There are actually a lot of use cases where this comes in really handy, but one that I think is particularly interesting as well is asking for help when booking a trip. Why don't you try out this one yourself? Next, let's take a brief look at the pricing model of Perplexity. The good news is that Perplexity AI is basically free. The only restrictions that the free version comes with are that the regular prompts will get answered by GPT 3.5 instead of GPT 4, and that the use of Copilot is restricted to 5 prompts every 4 hours. I don't think most people will need more than that, so I'll recommend the free package to almost everyone. If you think GPT-4 is really important or you need more than 5 uses of Copilot in 4 hours, then you can get the paid package for $20 per month. And that is Perplexity AI. In my opinion, Perplexity AI should replace ChatGPT as your default AI search tool in almost all situations. That is because of its capability to provide sources and up-to-date information. The only case where I still see that it cannot do the same as ChatGPT is if you are a premium ChatGPT subscriber and you're using some plugins there. But besides that, I think you can fully replace ChatGPT with Perplexity as the situation is right now, and I would also recommend you to do so. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to get in touch. Just book a 15 minutes call with the Calendly link below in the video description. I'd highly appreciate if you'd like and subscribe, and I wish you a great day.